All right, what's going on, y'all? Shalom, shalom. Let's get straight into it. All right, Matthew or Matthew or Mattai, chapter 5, starting at verse 27. And it says this: You have heard that it was said by them of old time, you must not commit adultery. Verse 28. But I say to you that whosoever looks on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already in his heart. Now, people love to use this scripture to make it look as though you're not supposed to desire a woman, to want to marry her, or whatever the case. So if you're looking upon a woman, how do you know if she's married or not? See what I'm saying? So in order to commit adultery, a woman has to be betrothed or espoused, or she has to be married already, you consummated the marriage. Otherwise, it's not adultery. Okay? So the proper word here is what I'm saying is, yes, he who lusts or desire after a woman. But the proper understanding I'm going to give you here is desire. All right. All right. So I don't have the Hebrew in this one because I'm on my food stamp phone. So I don't have the Hebrew on this one. I can't get it. So I'm gonna just get the blue letter Greek version and just like that'll suffice. All right. Even though, so the second definition here is to have a desire for, long for, to desire. Okay, so lust is not always lusting after someone like you burning in your fucking lust and shit like that. It just means you desire someone. Now, if you look at a woman and you desire to marry her, to have her for yourself, to get her pregnant, to have children by her, to have you can see yourself having a family with her and shit like that. That is all part of the desire part. Yes, men can lust after another man's wife, like he just want to have sex with her, just to have sex with her. But you can also desire. All right. Now, putting it in proper perspective of what the topic is I'm coming in with, it is not a sin to desire a woman. All right. It is a sin to desire a woman that is married. Okay. And you know that she's married. So you can't even desire her in your heart. All right. So that's why I'm saying, verse 27, you have heard that it was said by them of old time that you must not commit adultery. So it's letting you know these people are married here. You must not commit adultery. So not even think about it in your heart. All right. There are special cases like gay men trying to be married to women. So it's special cases out here, but not getting into the special cases right now. Just getting to the point. Let's jump to, wait a second. Let's jump to Deuteronomy chapter 22. All right. Oh, wait. Sorry about that. Deuteronomy chapter 22. And we're going to go through the whole concept of, we're going to go through this whole concept. All right. All right. So this is going to be all about the laws on morality as far as, uh, I guess, intimate morality, if you wanted to put a term to it. So Deuteronomy or Devarim chapter 22, starting at verse 13, it says this: If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her and give occasion of speech against her and bring up an evil name upon her and say, I took this woman and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. I found her not a virgin. All right. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity to the elders of the city and the gate. So a lot of people don't even know there's a token of virginity that proves that your wife was a virgin when you had her. So if a man has sex with a woman or he marries a woman and she's not a virgin, that's already letting you know within itself, you know, people have been doing things out here. You can't just be judging people or putting people to death and shit like that. You convicting people to hell like, oh, he was with a 16-year-old and he 25 years old and shit. But the 16-year-old ain't even a fucking virgin and shit. So that virginity is always the token, always the key of letting you know if this girl is loose or not, if she out here or not. Like, why the fuck she not a virgin and shit? Who the fuck was she fucking at first? Or did she want him? Like, it start making you think, like, whoever she was fucking at first, is she still fucking him and shit? You know, stuff like that. There's always somebody in the background like, yeah, hit that shit first and shit. So you just don't want to be with a woman. You talking about your innocent ass son and shit like that. He's been good his whole life, a virgin his whole life. You know, he had a good heart and he's want to get married. He get with this woman, she not a virgin and shit. Now you got this random ass nigga in the background like, yeah, hit that shit first, but I know he a virgin and shit. He a good dude, but I had to hit that first. Disrespectful ass shit. Niggas in the background. Now this nigga talking to everybody about it and shit. You know, and that was breaking your son's heart and shit. You know, it's fucking him up and shit. So that's why it's the duty of the parents to be engaged in the marital process and the betrothal process of the son and the daughter. It is your responsibility to help your children look for spouses. It's not for you to just be sitting there looking at them, liking people and shit, and you like whatever the fuck and shit. Just safe sex. No, you're supposed to be engaged in knowing the people that they know, who they like, who they're attracted to. It is your responsibility to make sure they don't get fucked up in their heart, choosing people on their own, not knowing what's going on in this fucking world and what the world is like. You must be there every step of the way to help your children, your son and your daughter find someone. You're not just a girl and shit. I don't want nobody talking to my daughter and shit. There's always the niggas on the niggas on the daughter like, don't talk to my daughter and shit. But they're not trying to help their daughter find somebody. But it's responsibility to help them find somebody, not just be like cutting them off and blocking them and shit. Don't talk to my son. Don't talk to my daughter. No, because then they're gonna rebel and da 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 da. So it's your responsibility as a parent, if you did not know, that you must, M-U-S-T, you must find a spouse for your children. You must do your best, and that's your whole life you must spend to do that, my nigga. That's the responsibility of what a parent is, my nigga. It's part of being a parent. It's like you don't get tired. You're not supposed to get tired of it. You know, I mean, like not tired, but like it doesn't end, my nigga. Like you keep looking until you die or until they die and shit. You just keep fucking looking. You don't ever stop looking for a wife for your son or for a husband for your daughter. You don't ever stop looking. You don't give up because it's niggas is fucked up out here, bitches is fucked up out here, and then give up and shit. No, that's part of being a parent. So y'all need to know that first. So that's why there's laws on this. Then shall the father of the damsel. So you see, the father's engaged here. The father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel virginity to the elders of the city and the gate, because they had something to do with it. Hold on. I made sure my daughter was a virgin. She was a virgin. You know, you always active with her life, making sure she good, she clean, not out there loose and shit. I know she didn't lose her virginity. I know she got her virginity. Okay, so you real hard about it and shit. That mean, verse 16, and the damsel's father will say to the elders, I gave my daughter to this man to wife, and he hates her. And lo, he has given occasion of speech against her, saying, I found not your daughter a maid, a virgin. And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. So there can be deceptions about this. I got deceived one time with my first wife. She wasn't a virgin, because in the Philippines, they be fucking the girls real young. They don't wait until they get oil, fuck the shit out of them. So they prostitute them and shit young. So they made it look like she was a virgin or whatever the case. But she was coming on her period. Excuse me. She was coming on her period because she was like, after we had sex to consummate the marriage, she was like, I'm about to come on my period. Because she saw the blood. I'm like, I thought this was, you was a virgin and shit. But she just like looked at me and shit like, she didn't care / she don't know if she should say I don't care or I'm sorry and shit. But she did trick me and shit, made it look like she was a virgin, had sex when she was like spotting, had sex with her, consummated the marriage. I thought she was like, whatever the case, a virgin. The blood is on the cloth. I'm thinking I got a token of virginity. It was just her on her coming on her period. So there can be deceptions too with that. So you need judges. That's the reason why you need judges and elders and stuff like that. Because then you could say, right after I had sex with her, she came on her period and shit. So she was, things like that, different other ways too they can tell, but ancient ways they could tell that we don't know. But here it is. If it is a genuine situation, you bring out the white cloth And the white cloth has the blood of the, the hymen break, and the signature and all of that stuff is on it. People love to explain that away like, well, what if her hymen didn't break? Stop making it always a special case. There are ways to find out, my nigga. Okay? And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city will take that man and chastise him. And they shall immerse him. They will immerse him in 100 shekels of silver and give them to the father of the damsel, because he has brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife, he may not put her away all his days. Now that's special. You got to pay a nigga 100 shekels of silver. 100 shekels of silver, my nigga. That's like, the dowry of virginity is $8,000, equivalent to the per silver shekel. $8,000. So you got to pay more than $8,000 because you claim that this man's daughter wasn't a virgin when she was. That's how special your virginity is, my nigga. Because the parents are supposed to get paid a dowry for the daughter's virginity, not just out there, oh, I like this guy, he cute and shit. Then you lose your virginity to this random ass guy. Now he talking all about it and shit. You ain't get shit for it. You ain't married him or nothing. So that's what I'm saying. If you take a woman's virginity, you got to pay that shit. Over $8,000, my nigga, you got to pay for taking a woman's virginity, a daughter of Israel. You can't just be doing that shit, just fucking and shit. That's another thing y'all need to take notice of, that y'all not treating your daughter's virginity special and your son's virginity special and shit. You like, fuck your virginity. Go out there, here go a condom and shit. Go get this money and shit. And you like, fuck your children and shit. Ain't nobody out here. That's how you carry it. Instead of look, my nigga, put effort to it first. No effort and shit. So because he had brought up an evil name. So if a nigga is up there saying a woman wasn't a virgin when he married her, he got to pay for that. And he get chastised for that. He get 40 whips on his back, my nigga. Like a slave and shit. 40 whips on his back for saying a woman wasn't a virgin and she was. That's serious. Y'all just be loose with it. You'll fuck a girl and she not a virgin. You'll fuck a girl and she is a virgin. Y'all just take that shit light. That's some heavy ass morals, responsibility shit going on there. To be just disrespectful like that, not giving a fuck about people's virginity and shit and innocence. And she shall be his wife, he may not put her away all his days. He may not put her away all his days. Meaning you can't divorce. You can't go to court. That is a governmental law that normally, whereas though things were okay and something happened and you wanted to divorce her, now you can't and shit. Because you try to put a bad name on her and say she wasn't a virgin. Now you can never put her away. She can't get married to somebody else. You can't divorce her. You can't. If you do, then you die. That's what it's saying. He may not put her away all his days. Because if you do, after putting a bad name on her saying she wasn't a virgin, then you gotta fucking die. Verse 20. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die. Damn. Now, everybody need to put it in proper perspective, man. Please. Modern day times have watered the fuck out of y'all. Shit, watered y'all down so hard. You're not treating your children special. You're not treating that innocent special. You're not teaching them holy things, giving them a holy way. You just letting them be loose and do what they want to do. You must discipline and regulate that shit. You must be a parent. Because when you are teaching your children the right way to go, it's saying like if your daughter was found not to be a virgin, my nigga, she gets stoned with stones and shit. But when you in a place like America, everybody fucking and shit. Everybody not virgins. Niggas got porn all over the place and shit like that. When everybody's fucking loose and shit like that, of course you're going to be like not giving a fuck because this person over here loose, this person over there loose. Everybody fucking loose, so you're not giving a fuck if niggas having sex or not, or niggas virgins or not, or women virgins or not. You're not going to give a fuck. But back then it was so special and so precious, the virginity, that you would kill your daughter if she was not a virgin and shit. You would kill her, stone her with stones, my nigga. Stone her with stones that she die. Let's shoot her down and shit. Because she has wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house, so shall you put evil away from among you. There's no respect to her. Oh, she's a girl, don't hit her. She's a girl and shit. She's feminine. She's soft and feeble. She's crying. No, but no respect to persons, my nigga. If you let this random ass girl just be fucking niggas in your father's house, everybody can come to this one man house just to fuck this one girl and shit. Then it turn out the whole Israel, everybody know who this girl is. She's 70 years old. Yeah, we used to hit that and shit. Now she teaching other girls to be like how she was and shit. Man, shit, I did it and shit. Now Ezra she start making, making more prostitutes and shit. Making girls start having, like, you not having sex for money, my nigga. You just fucking because it's fun and feel good. So now you turning out other girls and shit because you still living and shit. Teaching that shit. Now the nation of Israel is perverted and shit. The Most High can't come because he see motherfuckers fucking and shit for free, not getting married. So then when you keep doing it, don't nobody want to fucking get married. You just want to fuck. Because that shit ain't special no more. Because this one ass woman and shit, this one ass young girl was fucking niggas in her father's house and shit behind his back. He ain't even know. He gave her to be married and shit. How you gonna fuck all these niggas then pop up be like, I want to be married now and shit? You would die and shit, actually. So women need to understand you are in a special case so fucking hard. Being in America, being in captivity, you're in a special case so fucking hard. Fucking niggas, not being a virgin and not dying, my nigga. And then you sitting up there talking about, I want to find a husband now, but you're not a virgin. You're so fucking special today. We get in the way with so much murder today. So imagine you die and go to the kingdom of heaven. God is going to judge you according to the Torah. Like, what the fuck was that about? Why couldn't you hold your virginity and shit like that? You think he not going to be on you? He is. So it's going to be scary to be judged by the creator, my nigga. Because you're now seeing here, you wasn't even supposed to be fucking. You're supposed to just keep your virginity till you get married. But you not knowing this, how do you feel about it and shit? So you're going to get judged on your desire, your heart and shit. Because you didn't know, you were ignorant. Now that you know, shit, damn, I ain't even know, I just was, okay, well, still. Even though you didn't know, was you out there just fucking because you just was fun and shit? Were you really wanting to be married? How do you feel about marriage? Is it special to you? Is it sacred to you? Or fuck marriage? You know what I'm saying? So it's the Most High is going to judge that woman on that. And men on it too. Because women will play the whore and turn Israel out and then make more whores and shit. She'll just have a bunch of girls up under her wing being hoes and shit. And niggas not even going to get married. I can't find a wife. I'm just going to fuck shorty over here and shit. She fine as shit. Bitches be pretty as shit, looking innocent as shit. But be swallowing dick hard as shit. But because we're in a place like America, there's a lot of special cases. So that's the normal, strict way. All right, verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall you put away evil from Israel. All right. Now, marriage to the Most High is a marriage in the name of Yah. If you did not swear your vows or make your vows in the name of Yah, but you made your vows in the name of some other God like Jesus or Allah or some shit like that, it's not a real marriage, my nigga. It's just a civil union. You got vows, you got contracts and shit like that. You wrote signatures and all kind of shit. You had a beautiful ass ceremony and all that. That shit don't count still because it's not vowed in the name of the true creator. So it's just a civil union. It's a partnership, but it's not marriage. So it actually don't count. So if that woman did still be with another man, so fucking what, for real? She want to be with a man that serves Yah. But she's married to this man, supposedly, in the name of Jesus Christ. That shit, the Jesus Christ shit fake. Because who the fuck is Jesus Christ, my nigga? Some made-up ass nigga and shit? How you vow marriage in the name of some made-up Greek-ass god and shit that they made up at the Council of Nicaea, the Pope and them and shit? Some random-ass niggas and shit. And you vowed your marriage in the name of Jesus and shit. So that shit don't count for real to the Most High. It's not marriage. He's not holding your marriage together. So it's not considered marriage. So if a man be found lying with a woman that's married in the name of Jesus or some dumb shit like that, it's not marriage. He don't give a fuck. But if you're lying with a woman married in the name of Yah and you have marriage vows in the name of Yah, then yes, it's considered the Most High will come at you. He will come for you. You both must die. Put it in proper perspective here. The Most High is only talking about his law, his Torah, his name, not any other God. Verse 23, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed to a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then you shall bring them both out to the gate of that city, and you shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, in the man, because he has humbled his neighbor's wife. So you shall put away evil from among you. So it's even telling you betrothal, my nigga. Metaphysical marriage. You're just betrothed. You have sex with your wife metaphysically. You are intimate metaphysically. You dream about her. You kiss in the dreams and shit, stuff like that. Whether you have the sensory level up or not, you think about her and shit. Y'all think about each other. Y'all lay together metaphysically. It's all metaphysical because it's betrothal. It's still marriage. So you're with your wife metaphysically. You're with your wife spiritually. But you are not consummated the marriage yet. It still counted. You still gotta fucking die because you still took another man's wife, because they have dreams together. They see each other in dreams together. They're metaphysically together. He might not be with her now, but they be hugging and kissing and fucking in the meta. The Most High makes sure that he covers them so that if he can't be with her yet, he'll give them a dream so they can be together in a dream. The Most High does that. So then what happens is, if you do that, you make it like if you say that it doesn't count, you now put the angels in judgment, because the angels are the ones that give you dreams. So if you had a dream about a woman and you was fucking her and shit, fucking the shit out of her and shit, you busting nuts and all kind of shit, then you wake up like, damn, I had a dream I was fucking the shit out of her and shit. Now you put the angels in danger for allowing you to have that dream. But if it's your wife, they're not in danger. No, they're married. They're married and shit. So the Most High, oh, okay, they're married and shit. Y'all good. They married and shit. You know, they betrothed. You know, they just haven't physically got married yet. So the Most High ain't going to put the angels in trouble or the humans in trouble because of the dream shit. But if the angels are giving you dream sex and shit like that, and then the woman wake up and act like that shit didn't count, and then start going fucking other niggas and shit, like, I don't know this nigga and shit, but you was fucking shit out this nigga in a dream, then you put the angels in danger. Now the angels gonna fuck with your life and shit. Something you shouldn't do. It's like they're not ants, they're above ants. So they're gonna fuck your ant ass up and shit, because you in a human body. So you don't want to play with niggas that's in the sky and shit like that, you know, that you can't see, and you don't want to play with them. You know, they govern you. So it's letting you know here, betrothal is also important when you come to the spiritual side of things. So both marriage is intertwined, physical and spiritual. Okay, your wife must not be fucking niggas in the dreams and shit like that. Like my ex-wife, Tanika and shit. She was having sex with Kev on stage and shit. He fucking the shit out of her from the back and shit. I couldn't even move off the table. I was about to get off the table and knock his ass the fuck out. The fuck is you doing? You're fucking the shit out my wife. Nigga named Kev on stage and shit. I look like clear shit. That's that nigga Kev on stage and shit, fucking the shit out my wife. Panking the shit out her ass. Like her ass cheeks jiggling and she fucking the shit out of her and shit. I don't know if she can move or not. I can't move. I don't know if she can move or not, because I can't move and shit. So I'm waking up. I wake up and like, look at her. She ain't say nothing. I'm like, I should have said something like, did you have a dream where this nigga was fucking the shit out your ass from the back and shit? I should have said something. Nigga named Kev on stage and shit. So shit like that. That when you have, those are evil, demonic type angels and situations and shit. But when you have your marriage vows in the name of Yah and they're true, the Most High makes sure you don't get snatched up and abducted by shit like that. But when my wife didn't say her marriage vows for a whole year, shit was happening to her, but nothing was happening to me. I stayed tight with the Most High, but she kept being loose and shit all over the place. So I seen stupid shit. The Most High was letting me see the dumb shit she was seeing and shit. She'd be here and she'd be dead, and she'd be in all kind of stupid ass metaphysical places and shit. You know, niggas be locked up in these damaged ass buildings and shit like that. She be talking to him. And she be like, oh, he's in federal prison and shit. Like, oh, he in some dream ass prison and shit. Wake up and shit like, damn, that nigga locked up and shit. Like, I don't understand. I be teleporting. So I don't understand still and shit. She just not talking to me about it. She never talked to me about her dreams. But whatever the case, I just wanted to make the point about the metaphysical, the dream side of things are equally important as the physical side of things. So what I'm saying to y'all is, stop acting like you don't know people. Stop acting like you're not engage with people. You'll do some metaphysical shit, and then physically you'll play that shit like you don't know the person. You must make it match, or else you start to get in trouble. Danger start to come to you, because the angels don't play. The Most High don't play like that. If you're gonna see something, say something. Stop acting like you don't know people and shit like that, or like, you know, stuff like that. You gotta stop. That's why I talk about my shit all the time, so I don't be in danger of judgment. You can still go to hell and shit, lying and shit on your dreams and shit like that. So I understand the importance and the danger of that shit. Maybe y'all don't understand the danger of that. But that's the danger of that. So next, let's continue on. Betrothal. All right. So you're married, betrothed. You have spiritual sex with your husband. You're not consummated match. You're not consummated yet, but you want to play a game and shit, so you don't want to make it match. You'll tell this nigga you don't know nobody and shit. I don't know that nigga and shit, but you be, and he, all right, well, fuck it. Let's fuck. So you fuck. So then you still can, hold on, you betrothed to this guy and shit. Yeah, but, but you still be having dream sex with this nigga. Still got to die because you put the angels in trouble. Both of y'all got to die. You put the angels in danger. Verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. All right. Now that's really when the man force her. When the man forces her. Okay, you know how free men be. Free men are forceful as shit. Slave men are not forceful. They understand what women feel and shit. So they're not forceful. But free men are forceful as shit. But at one point in time, we were free too. So niggas can be forceful. You'll see a pretty ass woman in the field, like a bird and shit. She in the field and shit. You forcing the shit out of her to marry your ass and shit. So you see this beautiful ass thing. This nigga come with skinny jeans on, this little horse and shit like that with skinny jeans on. Hop off the horse with the skinny jeans. Come into the field and marry your ass. It's the same scripture as this. You forced her, but you didn't die because your own customs and shit. Your people, your customs, your city, your girl. So that's how they look at it. Fuck it then, But a bird was trying to plead her case. This is force. I don't want to be married to this nigga and shit. But whatever. You can't say shit anyway because you're a woman, right? So nobody's there to save you. But at least I can say how she feeling. Verse 25. So if you're in the field and somebody forced you, the nigga can't, the nigga gotta supposedly die for it because he forced you. Verse 26, but to the damsel you shall do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death, for as when a man rises against his neighbor and slays him, even so was this matter. So it's the same as that. A nigga waited in the bushes for your ass and killed your ass while you was walking by. It's the same way as, this situation when you come upon a woman in the field and rape her ass. Like you beat her down, raped her and shit like that when she's being forceful, aggressive, fighting back type. There are other special cases where women could take advantage of the scripture, meet niggas in the field and, have sex with niggas and shit. But when you get caught, they'll play like they got forced and shit like that. So that's why you need 12 judges and shit. Because niggas the women and men be clever and crafty. They're good at lying. Now, continuing on, we're going to get to the point. Verse 27. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. So it's saying, like, she cried out. There was nobody to save her. She was fighting for her life. She got bruises on her and shit like that. So, okay, I see the bruises and shit. It showed that you was putting up a fight and shit. Okay, but nobody was there to save you. They gonna kill that nigga. But if you all good, no clothes, your clothes not ripped and shit, I don't see where you was fighting or nothing and shit. Your makeup still on and shit. I don't see what the fuck. Verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give to the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he has humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. Now this is Tupac's situation. They kept trying to kill Tupac over some shit that happened with Jada when she was 13 and she got pregnant at 13 and shit like that. They try to put it on him. And other niggas do the same shit. Now, I want to go into this deeper. We're going to go into in deep in a minute. But because we need to define what the term damsel is. What is a damsel? The whole time it's saying damsel, damsel, a damsel in distress. Damsel. What is a damsel and shit? So whenever a man finds a woman or a damsel, it's not just a woman. It's a damsel. What is a damsel? Because it would say woman. A woman is at the age of 20. So you're not a woman until you're 20 years old. But before you're 20, you're a damsel. So what's the age range and all that shit of a damsel? See what I'm saying? See how stupid y'all be and shit? The Torah lets you know a woman could be betrothed, she could be married and shit, and she's a damsel, my nigga. She's not even 20 yet. So you must already start looking for a husband at 12 years old. That's the original custom. Once you graduate school, you 12 years old, you go back to your father's house, your father and mother look for a husband, help you look for a husband. Then you get married at 12, 13 years old, my nigga. That's how it's supposed to be. You're already at the age of bat mitzvah. You have your period, your nida already. You have your cycle and shit already. You're already at the proper age of marriage. You're a damsel still. Now, if you start becoming a woman at 20, niggas gonna start looking at, hold on, shorty, you 20 and you ain't married yet? I don't know, my nigga. Like, you waited so long, you might be a hoe and shit. You waited too long. But what you see anyway is little girls, 13, 14, not virgins any fucking way. So instead of doing it the right fucking way, they doing it the wrong way. But niggas be so fucking emotional, they just want to hurt somebody for touching, age and shit. Oh, you 20 and she 13 and shit. The bitch is already 13 and not a virgin, my nigga. She already sucking and fucking. So make it make sense. Marry her to somebody while she's still young and got a chance and shit. Instead of just let her like, fuck this nigga, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up. You gonna kill this nigga, 20-something years old. She 13, you saved her. She gonna be like, yeah, I don't want that nigga touching you. What you gonna do? Go out there and still suck another nigga dick and shit? You gonna kill every nigga in the planet and shit? She still gonna go out there sucking and fucking. Al Pacino ass niggas. You just don't want your sister to be with somebody because you know your man's known to be talking to girls. But he found this one girl that made him change his life and shit and be strict and only deal with her. You know what I'm saying? But you know your brother a piece of shit, so he could be a piece of shit about you. So like, fuck it, don't even talk to him about it. And then we'll come to him later about it. He didn't think he know you and shit still, and you not a straight man. I know you be with a lot of girls, so don't touch my sister. Whole time y'all really in love and shit. You ain't even let the man talk to you and shit. So now you kill this nigga. Your sister just like, now she trying to take her clothes off in front of you. You're like, what you doing? What you doing? Like, right, you took my man from me. You ain't want to hear shit. Now what? You want me now? All I got is you and shit. You a drug dealer and shit. I can't be with no fucking body else and shit. Selling all these fucking drugs and shit. Who the fuck I'm gonna be with? You all selling all these drugs. That was your man. Only person you could trust. You fucked him up because he liked me and shit. But that's your man. You could trust him with drug deals and all that shit. But you can't trust him with me and shit. So then you take him and shit, kill his ass. Now I'm here with you and shit. So the only person I got to fuck is you. So I'm gonna suck your dick now. Taking my clothes, like you trying to stop her and shit. Next thing you know, niggas start coming in, killing Al Pacino and shit. So it's letting you know niggas be aggressive. They don't like to sit and think and talk. Y'all just be simps and white knights. Sit down and talk to niggas, yo. How you feeling about my sister? You really mean it? You don't really mean it? You just think because this nigga was talking to girls, he could have been trying to find a wife and shit. It just looked like he trying to flirt with a bunch of girls. You know what I'm saying? Because he a fucking man. He's trying to talk to a girl and trying to find a wife or some shit. You don't know. Did you ever talk to him about it? On a real deep level? Yeah, we could be homeboys, but we'll never really get deep and shit. Like, you talk to a lot of girls, yeah, I know, yo, but I don't really want to tell you how I'm really feeling for real. Type shit. So it's like that. Especially knowing you selling drugs together. So you keep like, okay, that's what you thinking. Shit. I could just marry her. Whatever. But bringing it back to the point. A damsel. And it's not giving you that if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall what? Die? No. Shall give to the damsel's father. Always the father's there or the mother's there. You give to the damsel's parent 50 shekels of silver, over $8,000. Or you work it off some kind of way. And she shall be his wife. Damn. I thought he's supposed to die and shit. No, you gotta marry. You gotta get married and shit. Because he like her, she like him. They just was early. They ain't even get married and shit. He just found her and shit. She was a virgin. Started having sex with her and shit. And she was like, fuck it, you gotta marry me now and shit. He just wanted to hit it and shit. Persuaded her, influenced her, convinced her, flashed some money in her face or some shit like that. Then she went with it, took her virginity and shit. Now marry her. You just want to run off and shit. No, you gotta marry her. Runaway ass niggas and shit. So you gotta pay the 50 shekels of silver for taking a man's daughter's virginity. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't like thinking about that when they don't have children and shit. And when you got a daughter, then you think about that shit. My daughter's virginity is special. I don't want no niggas, right? Because you know the type of nigga you probably was, or the type of nigga you is and shit, you to do some shit like that. But when you not that type of nigga to do some shit like that, you think more properly. You'll think like, well, I care about my daughter's feelings and shit. What kind of men do she like? What is she into? You'll raise her to be a upstanding, holy woman, knowing that she can get out here and be a non-holy woman and be fucking the shit out of niggas and shit. She could end up on Pornhub and shit like that. If you ain't teaching her to be holy and shit, you just thinking to just be this protective ass father and shit. Then it comes to hit the fan. She old and shit now. Damn, she might be out there and shit. She just waiting and shit because like I know how my father get beat. As soon as that age come, I'm out there. I got a couple dicks to suck because you ain't never teach her nothing and shit. Then it could be like, and she shall be. So it's again it says, and she shall be his wife. It didn't say he got to die, get shot the fuck up. Why? Because she's not betrothed or she's not married. It's not adultery, which goes back to the scripture I was telling you. When the Savior said, if a man lusteth after a woman in his heart, he had committed adultery already. So who was he talking about? Married and betrothed women. But if a woman is not married or betrothed, you just got to pay the 50 shekels of silver to the father or the mother or both, and she shall be his wife because he has humbled her. He humbled her. You took her virginity, you humbled her and shit. He may not put her away all his days. So, and that goes in then verse 30 tells you, so just these are random laws, but the last one tells you a man must not take his father's wife, because that shit happens, nor discover his father's skirt. What's his father's skirt? You seeing your father's wife nakedness. Now, why did it say a man shall not take his father's wife? That's your mother and shit. That sound dumb as shit. My father's wife is my mother and shit. How the fuck that sound? No, polygyny. A man can have more than one wife. So if one of the mothers aren't your mother, but it's your father's wife, that's your father's wife. It's not your mother, but it's your father's wife. It is your mother in a way, but it's not your biological mother. So if you do that and try to discover your father's skirt, so when you read in the scriptures where certain people discovered their father's nakedness, like Ham, as you call the Hamites and shit, the Cushites. It was Shem, Ham, and Yafet after the flood of Noah, the three sons of Noah. The son Ham of Noah discovered Noah's skirt, discovered his father's nakedness. What was his father's nakedness? When Noah got drunk in the tent one day, he went into the back and had sex with his father's wife. His mother didn't make it because Noah had two wives. His mother didn't make it. She drowned in a flood. But the other mother of the other brothers made it. So he went in there and had sex with his father's wife and got her pregnant and shit. Some dark ass shit. And then you just angry and shit, mad and shit. So you did some dumb ass shit like that. Discovered your father's nakedness or something like that. Reuben did the same shit. Discovered his father's nakedness. Had sex with Zilpah or Bilhah, one of the two. And he got cursed, and then he got the birthright taken from him. See what I'm saying? So a man must not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's nakedness. Nor discover his father's skirt, because that shit happens. Y'all niggas not, the Most High is not stupid to niggas clever ass shit. Y'all be sitting there looking at each other like the Most High don't got shit to say about shit y'all feeling and thinking or doing. Like, y'all be like, nobody's perfect, but the Most High tell you don't do these things. So if he's telling you the different laws concerning these things, he's going to judge you according to these laws. You going to think you going to go to heaven and get away scot-free like he ain't going to say shit. That's why it's beneficial to know the Torah, even if you could be in a special case. It's beneficial to know the Torah. Now, it's a lot of special cases in America. A lot. Okay? Because you already know you're not supposed to, a girl is not supposed to have sex with her father and shit. But then you had the situation with Lot where Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. And they didn't want their father to die without a legacy. So they had sex with their father, and both of them got pregnant. That was a special case. And they just kept it to themselves and held on to it. They just held on to themselves and kept it to themselves. And they didn't be with another man or nothing like that. Because they did some forbidden ass shit. But it was given a pass because what had happened. Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed and shit. They thought nobody was out there and shit like that. So there are special cases. And those special cases, the Most High will give you a little hit for it. He'll let you go through a little trial and error through it. But even if he give you the permission to do it, he'll still put you through a little bit of something for it. But then, like, let it go and shit. All right, you took your little hit for it. Because he did, like, the Most High, I did say it was wrong, but go ahead and do it. It just give you, like, a little slap on the wrist or something. Pat, pat, pat. Can't do too much because, it's just a crazy situation. Just let you know, the slap on the wrist to let you know that you're really not supposed to do this, but do it anyway. Okay, the slap on the wrist is over with. Now hang on to each other and be together forever. It's going to be beautiful. So that's how Lot's situation was with Sodom and Gomorrah. His daughters tricked him and shit, got him drunk, and then had sex with him. But then the Most High made it right. Like, fuck it, just stay with your daughters then, I'm not, you're not going to die. Nothing. Like, it's a special case, man. So fuck it. So in America, we got a lot of special cases. But I just wanted to let you know that Tupac shouldn't have died, over that. So let's go into what a damsel is. All right. So you see it here, Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 28. Now you see the 22 and the 28 on the right-hand side in the corner. 22, verse 28. You have 3 words here. Okay. The first 2 words are connected with a hyphen. Ki, yamza. All right. Or yimza. Ki yimza. Or yimza'a. Whatever. Ki yimza'a. And then you have ish. All right, this is the 3rd word is ish, and then the last word is na'ara. All right, ki yimza'a ish na'ara. All right, that last word na'ara is at the edge, or the first line is damsel. All right, na'ara, that's for females. Na'ara is for males. So if you wanted to say a young lad, it would be na'ar. But a damsel, na'ara, that means she's under the age of 20. All right, she's under the age of 20. All right, here, na'ara. All right, na'ara, girl, damsel, female servant, little girl, a young woman, marriageable young woman, concubine, or it could be a prostitute. All right, you could play the harlot and shit and be one of those prostitute damsels that they was talking about. They get stoned to death and shit. Okay, maid, female attendant, female servant. All right, is what damsels are. But what we're talking about here is marriage. So whenever the scriptures are talking about in the good way of a woman being a damsel getting married or being betrothed, is saying here, letter A, under I, a young woman, marriageable young woman is what they're talking about. She's a marriageable young woman. So that means she's hit the age of bat mitzvah. So she's 13 years old, which is the custom. You're 12, 13 years old. You're now a marriageable young woman. Or you reach the age of Nida. You're a marriageable young woman. So by the time you turn, is from 12 all the way to 20. As soon as you hit 20, you're an Isha. You're a woman now. You need to find a husband now. Niggas gonna start looking at you, side. Well, yo, you 20 and you ain't got no husband. Like, is it a story to that or something? Well, the story is, like, they looking for anything that you a hoe or some shit. They looking for the last one, letter B and shit. Let's see if this, no, not letter B. They looking for the last part of that marriageable young one. They looking for, okay, she might be a prostitute, my nigga. She might be the prostitute damsel. I don't know. This little girl might be a prostitute, or a female attendant. She's definitely looking like a female attendant. You 20 years old, you ain't married, and all these niggas out here and shit. But if you in the play, well, I come from America and shit, and these niggas gay as shit and shit like that. Oh, all right, niggas gay as shit. Man, that's different and shit. Yeah, so I'm a virgin and shit. Niggas just gay as shit out here. I don't want to be with these gay ass niggas. Da, 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 da. Oh, all right, so you a marriageable. Okay, you 20, and you're okay. Couldn't find nobody and shit because niggas gay where you from and shit. Shit, So now niggas want to loosen up and shit. But if you was like, 20 years old, I don't know about that. Yo, you 20 years old and you ain't married. I don't know. Yo, you overholding, my nigga. You overholding. You supposed to been married or betrothed by age 12 and 13. Waited on or already married, my nigga. That's why Joseph married Miriam, as you call Mother Mary, but he married Miriam when she was 12. But he never touched her because he was working a lot. And then he ended up having sex with her after she had the Savior. So that was when she was pregnant at 14, had the Savior at 15. So the Creator even thought that it was appropriate or the proper time or the perfect time for the Savior to be born was through a little girl at 14 years old, my nigga. So it was the mother of creation, the Most High Mother, Grandma Shekinah Glory. The Holy Spirit is the mother. She came down and said, "This is my son. I'm gonna put my son in you and shit, give you my son." It was Grandma, the mother, not the Most High Father. He don't deal with the women. The Most High Mother deals with the women. So she came to her and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to like bear my son and shit like that." Da 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 da. I think it's a good time. So the Creator thinks that 14 years old is a perfect time to get somebody pregnant, while our American asses are still fucking crazy. Don't touch my daughter. Don't da da da. Yeah, understandable. Niggas crazy, but why you just making it like niggas crazy is the reason why you spazzing or cutting her off and shit? Yeah, niggas crazy, but niggas also cannot be crazy. Let me look for a husband for her. Start looking at her interests and stuff and boys and stuff like that. And helping her find someone good for her. That's your responsibility as a parent, a father and a mother. When all niggas sit idly by and let them go into some danger and shit, y'all just like let your children cross the fucking street not knowing that it's cars coming and shit. That's exactly what you do when you don't help them find somebody or don't look for somebody your whole life, my nigga. Your whole life until you die, you looking for somebody for your son and daughter. Your shit don't stop and shit. You saying my son still ain't got nobody and shit, crying and shit, still looking and shit. You die looking, my nigga. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? That's why I'm mad that they took my daughter from me and shit. Because I got to find somebody for her and shit. For she be out here loose as a motherfucker. See what I'm saying? So then you going to put that shit on me. Damn, this nigga daughter a hoe and shit. And then it's going to look like I was a bad father because I wasn't around or some shit when you just held my daughter hostage and shit and then let me be with my daughter and shit and raise her and shit and teach her things like this and be there for her. I know what I got to do. Y'all don't know what the fuck to do. So you think I'm going to be a badass father or some shit? Bitch, I know what to do. Y'all don't. So I know how to take care of my daughter and put shit together properly. I'm not going to have my daughter sitting here loose, sitting here like, well, you know, what they be saying? You know, you never taught, there's no law on parenting. There's no, something they be saying, there's no something on parenting and shit. Nobody knows how to be a parent. The Bible teaches you how to be a fucking parent, my nigga, if you read this shit. So yes, some people know how to be a fucking parent. Otherwise, why would you be a parent? The Most High has you be fathers and mothers. So there are rules on how you do things as a father and mother. You just don't know. But I know. So you gonna take my daughter from me and shit? And prove y'all wrong and shit? It's crazy. I don't know what y'all thinking about me and shit. I don't know what y'all thinking about me. And then y'all think about yourselves like y'all way better or way perfect or some shit. When it obviously shows I'm holier than a lot of y'all. But y'all sit there and act like I'm the most perverse person in the planet and shit. And I can't raise my daughter or something. I'm the holiest one in the whole group and shit. You gonna take my daughter from me knowing that I can lead her in the holy path. That's evil as shit. So, bringing it back to the Pac situation. A marriageable young woman is a damsel, a na'ara. And then a na'ara is a young lad. So, in these verses here, and this whole thing is talking about damsels from the age bracket of 12 all the way to 20. I'm sorry, 12 to 19. So from 12 to 19 is what these scriptures are talking about here. So you having sex with girls between the age of 12 and 19, or, you know what I'm saying? It could be a little bit younger, you know? Damsel age. Little girls and shit like that. You are still a yelada when you are still needing to be breastfed and shit like that. You're a yelada, like toddler age and stuff like that. That's a yelada. But once you hit that damsel age, you start having your period and stuff like that. Okay, now you at the age bracket of being betrothed or married to and stuff like that. Meaning you got a husband. That means you can kiss his face, you can kiss his lips, you can be intimate, you can rub his dick and shit on some funny shit and shit. You walk up to her, she hugging on you, rubbing on you and stuff like that. Y'all sitting together, watching movies, eating popcorn and shit, touching each other and shit because that's your betrothed husband. You just not ready to have sex yet. But you still want to pleasure your betrothed husband before he run away from your ass. Man, I'm too young. This nigga gonna leave my ass and shit. Cause I'm like 11 years old. He gonna leave my fucking ass. He don't want to wait for me and shit. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? All that. Not gonna wait for me, yo. He not gonna wait for me. I love this nigga. He not gonna wait for me, though. I still don't know my motherfucking division problems and shit. He gonna leave my ass and shit. But he love you and shit. So like, oh, where the math problems at? I could teach you and shit. Like, yeah, let's do the math and shit. Yo, I thought you just wanted sex. No, we're gonna help you and shit. Help you go through the math, life. What kind of colleges you want to go through into? Like, you start to be like that, you know? So the ages of damsel is between 12 and 19. So for when niggas try to pop up out of nowhere and be emotional and judge you, they're not holding a book in their hand. They have no ancient text to show you the original rule of what God said was right and wrong. They just saying right and wrong out of their own heart. But it's like, well, God would show me where God said this shit to mankind, my nigga. If you saying some shit is wrong, you got to say that shit is wrong for every fucking body. If it's fresh water or not. Fresh water, everybody got to drink this shit that you saying. So is it fresh water, nigga? You just emotional, my nigga. It ain't fresh water. I'm telling you, fresh water here. Niggas from all over the planet like, yeah, you right. Yeah, okay, man. Yeah, you right. because that kind of go to our custom. And but this is the fresh water. Okay, yeah, I knew I was kind of right. I knew I wasn't wrong. But this lame ass, random ass, American minded ass nigga is like, nah. You let this nigga tell the whole world what's right and wrong. Nigga, man, shut the fuck up. You just sound dumb as shit. Like this man over here, your brother sound right. This guy sound right. Like if the Bible tell you a damsel, okay, it's an otter. What's a marriageable young woman? A little girl. But what's the age? Between 12, the bat mitzvah, and 19. Okay, between 12 and 19 is that age bracket of a damsel. Then you become a isha, a woman. Okay, it's making sense and shit. Your lame ass ain't got shit in your hand. You just talking and shit. Emotional. Because you're trying to block niggas from getting, being happy and finding love and shit. That's what it sound like. You a hating ass nigga trying to block a nigga from being happy and finding love. That's what it really sound like to niggas. You just a hater and shit. Or you gay as shit. You just don't want niggas to be in love and shit. You want niggas to suck dick. So when a nigga do talk to a girl, you want him to start sucking dick. Like, I'm gonna fuck you in the butt for liking a girl and shit. Oh my God, he like girls and shit. Fuck his ass in the butt. How the fuck is a straight thing turning into a gay thing? How the fuck you do that and shit? Niggas just don't want to whip your ass. They want to fuck you in the butt and shit. How the fuck that turn into gay and shit? Because even the little girl like, dang, but he like me. I'm a girl. I got a pussy and shit. How the fuck this nigga want to have sex with this nigga because he want to have sex with a pussy? That don't make sense to me and shit. Little girls be looking at that shit like that shit dumb. But never having a law system all your life and shit. Niggas just say some stupid shit like that. They be gay as shit secretly. Be like, I'm gonna fuck your ass and take you to jail. Niggas gonna fuck you in the butt because you like the girls and shit. So that sound dumb as shit. So you liked it a girl. So niggas want to fuck you in the butt because you like. So you was straight. So niggas gay, and so because you straight, niggas want to make you gay for being straight and shit. Sound dumb as shit. So that's what it sound like when y'all be mad about that, But there's a proper way to do it, and this is the proper way to do it, according to what the Most High says. There's different laws on it. When the damsel is betrothed, not betrothed, when she's married or not. But if the damsel is not betrothed and she's a virgin, this is how you go about it. Okay? You must marry her and you can never put her away. It never said anything about you got to die. So when you see Tupac with the nose ring is always in the Hebrew culture a symbol of marriage. You're betrothed to someone. It means you're married, my nigga. I'm married or whatever the case. So why are you trying to kill a man that's married to a woman? So the law here is fulfilled. He shouldn't have died. So that means he can never put away the woman that he had sex with when he was young. He can never put her away because he did it backwards. It wasn't that he's supposed to die. So who was really right? Who was really wrong? Because Jada ends up with Will Smith and shit. And a man can have more than one wife. So properly, who's right, who's wrong? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of one-sided shit. Niggas don't know the Torah for real. They just be emotional, some Christian shit. Don't really know right from wrong for real. So just to give it to you the proper way, niggas need to get out that American mindset. Understand, yeah, your little girls now don't be knowing how to be women and wives and shit. They don't know how to be maids and servants and stuff and attendants. They don't know how to do wife duties because you don't teach them that. So you be like, nah, she too young. Why? Because you ain't teaching her and shit how to be a wife? So that's what it. But you go to another country, 12-year-old girl sitting up there, she going fishing and shit, grab some fish, cut the fish open, gutting the fish and shit, scraping the scales off and shit. So, like damn, filleting that shit, seasoning it up, frying that shit in the oil and shit, flipping it. This ain't got to get the stool first, get up on there, frying that shit, making sure her brothers and sisters eat, cooking the rice, got the rice good. Damn, fed your own brothers and sisters, you only 12 and shit. Went back out there and started playing with your friends and shit. Oh, I got to wash clothes, go wash clothes and shit. But then ain't no washing machine. You got to wash them shits by hand. And you scrubbing and shit, they ain't got no stains in that bitch. But you 12 and shit. I gotta go back and play with my friends and shit after you done got the stains out this nigga shirt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're not teaching your daughters how to be wives. You can be a wife and still go to school and all that shit. It's just other shit is special cases, and it's more like table matters. Like, whatever you tabling, how do you go about this shit that you got going on with your life and table this shit and still be able to accommodate this man and shit, knowing you got all this shit going on with you? That's a personal conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because people got different shit going on. Some people don't got shit going on. Some people got shit going on. So it's like, if you're rich and famous, how you go about that? Because if you know that you're supposed to submit to your husband, okay, so you just got to make sure this is the right man that you should trust. That's gonna put your whole fucking future, your whole life in his hands and shit like that, and it's gonna be success coming from that. Because what's happened is he got a dream, he got a goal. If you marry a man, you're supposed to follow what he wants. So how does what you got going on follow what he want? Okay, well, let's see if we can do it. See if we can't do it. If it can't be done, then you don't, right? But if it can be, okay, look, we could do this, that, and the third. Okay, I need to do this. So you can, the money that you make from that, we can get the percentage, get the fucking dry erase board, get the calculations, get the percentages added up, and we can do this, have like a certain kind of fund for this. And then we can do biblical work or holy work, get the lessons, we can like get more Bibles and get Bibles to people and shit like that. I can have a curriculum. I can start a school. I can do this. I can start da 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 da. Then I can have a center where da 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 da. Then stuff like a baptismal center and all kind of shit that you start investing into your husband work for the holy work, whatever the case. And if that's what y'all agree on and type shit, you rich as shit, but you start giving a percentage of your shit to your husband so he can do holy work. Baptizing people, giving people Bibles, teaching people, starting a school. It could be an online school, teaching people the Torah. He got a curriculum set up and all that. He not deceiving you. Got like, this is baby, this is my curriculum and shit. You think that's good? You want to look through it? Yeah, let me see. It's a curriculum. Yeah, for my school I want to start. You think that's good? Like, you got anything to add to it? You think that's like, because my wife might want to know some shit. Like, well, what about this? Because I always want, oh, yes, it's something I can add there. Never thought about that. It's working together, my nigga. So it's like, when you have a good man that's not headstrong and shit like that, he does work with his wife. He does take advice and opinions from his wife to know how to advance and work shit out. It's not that you don't listen to your wife. You have the final say so, but you'll take the opinion of your wife and be like, yeah, that's a good idea or not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? But she should feel free to give an opinion sometimes, but also know that he's going to have the final say. Like, da da da. So if you're not ready for that shit and you rich as shit, what the fuck I look like, then don't do it. But at least you know how shit work. The man, the husband is never to submit to your goals and shit like that. You submit to his goals. It's just that you got shit going on already. He could be with a woman that don't got shit going on. She still got to submit to his goals. But she could be like, honey, I want to go to school. And it's like, I think that me going to school to do this will help with your mission in life. Okay, yeah, you right. Otherwise, don't get married. If you want to be out there, do whatever the fuck you want to do, then don't be married. But if you want to be married, you gotta submit to your husband's will, his desire, his plans, and stuff like that. That's what you're living for, his plan. That's why there's another Torah law in Numbers. I can find it. It's in Numbers, but I forgot how. See if I can find it. All right, so, and if a woman also vow a vow to the Most High Yah, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she has bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand. And every bond wherewith she have bound her soul shall stand. All right, off top is letting you know, you're always under a man. If it's not your father, it's your husband. If it's not your husband, it's your brother. If it's not your brother, it's some man. You're always supposed to be covered by a man. First thing a woman must know. Okay? You're never supposed to be loose, doing whatever the fuck you want to do and shit. So if you in your father's house, you want to make a vow to the Most High, he hear it. Okay, it's cool. He hold his peace. It's cool. She can keep a vow. Because you're not just supposed to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Because you keeping a vow could fuck something up for your father and shit. Or he could just say no and shit. And you got to submit to your father. The Most High will deal with him later. Verse 5, but if her father disallow her, and the day that he hears, and not any of her vows or of her bond wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand, and the Lord shall forgive her because her father disallowed her. So you will be forgiven by the Most High if you wanted to make a vow to the Creator. So the Most High even respect the fathers and the husbands in that sense, that you want to make a vow to do something for God on your own, but your father or your husband said, nah, we're not going to do that. Then the Most High will forgive you because your father or husband said, nah, we're not going to do that. I disallow you. So you don't get in trouble for listening to your husband. So even God is like respectful to the father and the husband, my nigga. No, I'm not going to cross that line. That's her father, my nigga. Her father said, nah, we're not doing that and shit. So okay, let it go and shit. You're not, you know what I'm saying? No hard feelings and shit. That's cool. I'm the creator. That's your father, but that's respectful. You know, respect your parents and shit. Verse 6. And if she had at all an husband when she vowed or uttered aught out of her lips, whether